Welcome to the Daily Voiceover Huddle. So glad you guys are here. Our numbers are growing, and you guys are always so enthusiastic, as I see in the chat already. I appreciate that. This probably does more for me than it does for you, so thank you guys for that. And for those of you who haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can then ring the notification or click the notification bell so that you get notified every time that I go live. Just kind of makes it easier, and hope you'll share it with your friends. And if you're not in my free voiceover community, make sure you do that. I've put a link below in the description so that you can do that. Well, today I want to share with you a very super simple VO hack. And when I say VO hack, I'm not speaking um, as hack being a noun. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about it's a verb, it's an action, something that you can do. And I'm talking specifically about your voiceover read. But before I tell you what that hack is, let me kind of set this up a little bit so if you understand where it's coming from, I think it'll help you execute this better. The problem is most of us, whether consciously or subconsciously, when we get behind the microphone, we transform into this person who thinks that we have to sound a certain way or be authoritative or convince somebody through the sound of our voice. When I say convince, to be successful in voiceover, they have to believe you. And the only way they believe you is if you make them feel something. So emotion really is the key to a great voiceover performance. It's understanding the context of what's going on and knowing who you are. It's all of that. But ultimately, it's not about the sound of your voice. It's not about the pacing. It's not about where you stop and pause. It's not about what words you emphasize. I mean, all of those, I'm not saying those aren't important at all, and that's that's part of it. But the primary thing is you have to feel the emotion so that your listener feels the emotion. And if they feel excited, happy, sad, insecure, whatever it is that you're going for, if they feel that, then they believe you. It feels authentic to them, and they'll pay attention, which means you're going to book more work. And you want to win more auditions, book more work, make more money in voiceover. So if you want to do this as a living, that's the ultimate goal. The problem is, or maybe I should say the challenge with that is that it takes a lot of work. I mean, I've been working on this for years. I wouldn't say I've completely mastered it. Obviously, I'm pretty good at it. I've booked over 10,000 paid voiceover jobs over the course of my career, so I do it pretty consistently. But it, it took a lot of work just to get to the place where I was fairly proficient, and I'm always having to work on it. And for those of you like me who come from a broadcast background, it makes it doubly hard. And I was having this conversation. This is why I was thinking about this. I had a conversation with a friend the other day has a very long history in broadcasting, but also success in the voiceover world as well. And he was just talking about the struggle of getting out of this. He may sound more excited. He may read faster, read slower, or sound more subdued, but it's always basically the same voice. Now, in real life, that's not how we operate. We all exhibit a broad range of emotions. Sometimes we're angry, sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're excited, sometimes we're ecstatic, sometimes we're impatient, sometimes we're afraid. We experience a broad range of emotion, and we all experience that differently. But the key in voiceover is to be able to express those emotions, not sounding like somebody else, but within the context of who you are as a human being. The more you can do that, the more work more work that you'll book. So ultimately, that's what we want to get to. But what can we do in the meantime? What can we do to bridge the gap while we're trying to go from always sounding authoritative and making our voice sound good and speaking from our diaphragm and all of those kinds of things that you were taught to do? And now that we know that we shouldn't always read that way, because if we do, basically we're creating a one-dimensional character, and we're not one-dimensional people, nor are those who listen to us. So we have to be able to connect with them. How can we do it? What's the easy trick? Well, here it is. This is my hack for you. And I use this all the time. And I think that you'll find this helpful as well. And that is this: to move your voice from your diaphragm, where you're trying to project and sound larger than life, perhaps, or to sound authoritative, or just in your mind, just to sound better or to sound good. Take that voice from here, and when appropriate, move it up into your throat. So you're going from your diaphragm to your throat. Now, is that always the appropriate read? No. But it helps you overcome the thing that I think most voiceover talent struggle with, and that is going from this one-dimensional, larger-than-life, or trying to sound like a larger-than-life person, to somebody who sounds genuine, authentic, and there's a sense of vulnerability. And people are highly attracted to that kind of a voice because they feel like they can trust that kind of a voice. So again, the trick is this: move the voice from the diaphragm to your throat. And when you like for instance, when you wake up first thing in the morning, how do you talk? Typically the voice is up here. Now, and you may be thinking, well, my coach would absolutely freak out if they knew that I was, if I was taking my voice from my diaphragm and putting it in my throat. I was taught to do the exact opposite. Well, not every script calls for the same thing. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to demonstrate this for you, all right, to make it easy, or hopefully make it a little bit easier. And that is, I've pulled up a script here in front of me that's, this is for a hospital. So anytime you're dealing with, um, like healthcare, for instance, healthcare, you rarely want to sound big and authoritative because the person that you're appealing to is when they're sick, when they're ill, and when they have perhaps a diagnosis, they're vulnerable. And they need to know that you relate, that you care, that they want to at least feel like you're empathetic to them. And the way that we're going to do that is to go from this down here to this, which again is it's raw, it will sound more genuine and authentic. And so let me again demonstrate. Here's the typical generic voiceover read that's more authoritative. After discovering a heart defect at 22 weeks, this child is living proof. Life has its best chance when all your specialists work together. Billings Clinic, where it all comes together. Okay, that book or that read's not going to book you that this type of script very often. And by the way, this is not just for hospital scripts. It's for any time that you want to sound more intimate, more personal with somebody. So now I'm going to take the voice, move it from the diaphragm to the throat. And here's what we get. After discovering a heart defect at 22 weeks, this child is living proof. Life has its best chance when all your specialists work together. Billings Clinic, where it all comes together. Which read would you choose? Which read would you believe? Now, again, I didn't go through the whole process I would typically go through thinking about who am I speaking to and who. All I did was I took my voice and I moved it from my diaphragm and I moved it to my throat. And all of a sudden, I sound like somebody, it feels to the person listening like somebody who cares, I'm not just speaking at them, I'm sitting down to have a conversation with them. And what they're doing and where they're at matters. And that's how you have to connect with your audience, whether you're selling cars or whether you're selling, healthcare services. And again, this is not the end all be all. This is not. You need to work on being able to understand, feel, and communicate emotion. But this hack is a really easy, fast way to dramatically improve your read and to add more dimension to you as a voiceover talent and a broader range. So take it, use it, come back and comment and report and let me know how it goes for you. Or perhaps maybe you're a student of mine who learned this hack a number of years ago and perhaps you've been using it. And comment and just share your experience with us. I think people like to hear what's going on. If you haven't yet, check in on the top or in the live chat. I want to see what's happening here. And we're going to go through and acknowledge those of you who are here. Joe, what's going on in the UK? It's Thor's Day. Yes, indeed it is, Joe. Good to see you. John, always good to see you from Denver. My neighbor, Dennis, what's happening, Dennis? Sandra in snowy London, Ontario. All right, Sandra. We've got Rusty from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. He says, thanks for all you do, Bill. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rusty. And Joe's encouraging everybody to, like Thor, hammer that like button. I like that, Joe. That's clever. And Rusty also smash the thumbs up, everyone. I love it. I love it. Let's see here. Hey, Tim from Altoona. Ron from our side of the pond. Hey, Becky, how are you doing? Morning from Grandma Becky in Albion, Michigan. Isn't it interesting and fun that once you become a grandparent, which Becky is, which I am, which a number of you are, all of a sudden that becomes your primary identity, is which I love. I absolutely love that. I'd rather be a grandpa than anything else. Let's see here. We've got Middle Tennessee checking in. All right. That's I remember my great grandfather Nash lived in Middle Tennessee, little place called oh shoot, starts with an M, and I'm blanking on it. Oh, anyhow, he lived to be almost 100. I've got a lot of relatives that live to be almost 100. Point being, you're going to see and hear from me for a very long time to come. Corey in Whitehall, Wisconsin. Jim in Memphis. Sheila, hello in Orlando. And Jim, thank you for checking in, encouraging everybody to hit the like button. Hey guys, thanks for being here. For those of you who are not part of the community, make sure, remember this, we continue this. It's all day, all night over at the link below in the description. I hope you'll join the community today. I look forward to getting a chance to spend more time with you. Have a great one. Take care.